Cruises make abundance look effortless. 24/7 buffets, midnight snacks, plates that never stop coming. But there's one question the brochures skip. Where does yesterday's food actually go? Some whisper it comes back, quietly repurposed for tomorrow's crowd. Hold your plate. Before you go back for seconds, you'll want the real story. We're pulling back the galley curtain so you know what gets saved, transformed, or sent away. Here are 13 cruise food secrets that shape what lands on your plate tomorrow. A big cruise ship feeds a small city every day, across dozens of venues and meal periods. Buffets, dining rooms, cafes, and late-night spots all prep at once, and timing becomes everything. Once food hits a guest-facing area, it starts a one-way clock toward quality loss or waste. The challenge isn't abundance, it's matching precise production to real demand. That's why modern ships plan food like airlines plan fuel, forecasted, staged, and verified. Serve it on time, transform it safely, or route it out. Those are the only choices that scale. Here's the rule that drives every decision behind the scenes. Once food is placed on a buffet or served to a table, it never returns to the kitchen. There is no replating, no back to the pan, and no second service cycle. Rotation, not reuse, is the safety standard that keeps buffets trustworthy. Trays are monitored for time, temperature, and condition, then pulled proactively. Quality is protected by moving less, more often, not by piling it sky high. This single policy shapes what you see, and what you never see again. Before breakfast starts, the system predicts demand by venue and hour. It ingests passenger mix, itinerary, sea days versus port days, and even forecasted weather. Sunny sea day means pool grills surge. Rainy port day means indoor comfort dishes rise. Chefs view dashboards and adjust prep, thaw plans, and staffing where needed. Forecasts aren't guesswork. They are daily guardrails that prevent overproduction. When demand shifts mid-service, batch sizes shift with it, keeping trays fresh. So, modern buffets might look totally full, but the real trick is all about small batch turnover happening behind the scenes. A-la-minute stations and carved-to-order counters are portioning food as guests arrive. You'll probably notice there are fewer giant mounds and, instead, more frequent, fresher refills throughout the service. Edible decor is out these days. Now, non-perishable displays keep that wow factor without creating waste. When guest traffic dips, the pans actually shrink, and when it spikes, stations can scale up in just minutes. It's all freshness by design, not just an accident of timing. After late-night dining wraps up, the crews come in to pull any aging trays before the quality can slip. Nothing that's touched a guest-facing area ever returns to the line the next day. Ever. Early teams get started on fresh prep, small batch cooking, and setting up those portion-controlled stations. That's why breakfast always feels newly cooked, even after a busy night before. Pulling food on time really protects both food safety and the guest experience at the next meal. Plus, waste is reduced upstream by ending the cycle before it drifts. A ship can't just run to the store, so ripeness is planned almost like a schedule. Bananas, avocados, and other produce actually arrive in phases and are stored separately. Today's fruit is ready now, while tomorrow's will ripen just in time for tomorrow's service. Frozen and dry goods are moved from storage to the galley on these really tight, forecasted release plans. Thaw schedules are matched to anticipated venue demand by the hour, not just by guesswork. Procurement is honestly the first line of defense against overproduction and waste. Every meal service logs what was prepped, served, and pulled early, right down to the item level. Leaders review the most wasted dishes and honestly fix root causes that very same day. Solutions might include smaller batches, faster cycles, different pan sizes, or even moving a station to a new location. Menu items get right-sized to what guests actually pick, not just what looks dramatic. Waste isn't scolded here, it's studied and reduced with targeted tweaks. The result? A tighter loop from data to plate, meal after meal. Scraps begin a one-way trip below deck the moment they leave the guest area. Sorting stations separate prep trimmings, plate waste, and recyclables for processing. Pulpers macerate food into a slurry, cutting down the volume and making handling a lot safer. Liquids are treated, while solids are dewatered and contained for the next step. Everything is sealed, logged, and moved by trained crew. Nothing is tossed casually. It's an engineered pathway, not just some mystery chute. Some solids don't stop at trash. They're actually converted into energy pellets. Microwave-assisted pyrolysis dries and densifies suitable material into fuel-ready pellets. When heated, these pellets generate steam and electricity for select onboard systems. It's not just symbolic. It really does offset part of the ship's energy needs at a meaningful scale. Other streams are compacted or recycled properly when the ship reaches port. Waste becomes work, closing a loop you never see from the buffet line. So, here's something you might not know. Flagship ships run a full waste and recycling center right under your feet. Glass is sorted by color and crushed. Plastics and cardboard are compacted and baled. Approved waste goes to a high-efficiency incinerator that's staffed around the clock. Gray and black water are treated to strict standards before controlled discharge. And when in port, sorted recyclables go to certified partners, not into the sea or a landfill. The goal is simple: reduce, reuse, recycle, and only then responsibly process. You know, smaller batches mean hotter food, faster turnover, and fewer tired trays. Cook-to-order stations keep quality high without mountains of leftovers. A steadier supply across the week prevents that great on day 1 average by day 6 slump. Less overproduction means fewer stockouts and more consistent favorites. Operational savings keep pressure off prices while variety stays strong. You feel it as shorter lines, fresher bites, and better pacing. Here's a tip. Start smaller and go back for seconds. You control freshness with portion choices. Ask for half cuts at carving stations and lean on made-to-order counters. If a buffet looks picked over, use the app to find a fresher venue nearby. Return plates you won't eat rather than parking them on tables to go cold. Tiny decisions multiplied by thousands of guests make a measurable dent. You eat better, and the ship wastes less when you choose wisely. So, does yesterday's buffet come back for the next cruise? No, it doesn't. Once food enters a guest-facing area, it never returns to service by policy and design. What's left is either transformed safely, routed to energy recovery, or responsibly processed. The real strategy isn't reserving. It's preventing excess in the first place. Forecasting, small batch production, and fast rotation keep plates fresh. The rumor survives because abundance looks effortless. The system behind it is anything but.
Cruising is all about relaxation, adventure, and of course, endless food. But hidden among the buffet trays and elegant dining rooms are a few items that could spell disaster. Some of these cruise ship foods might upset your stomach. Others could ruin your whole vacation. In this video, we're revealing 5 foods smart cruisers always avoid. And once you hear why, you'll think twice before grabbing that plate. You'll still enjoy your cruise, just without the risk. Buffet stations are a dream until you reach the communal condiments. That ketchup pump? You're not the first person to touch it. And while cruise lines recommend washing hands before entering, not everyone follows the rules. Many guests go straight from sunbathing to the buffet line. No soap involved. Now imagine hundreds of hands grabbing those handles throughout the day. But here's the bigger issue. These condiments are often left out unrefrigerated for hours. Hot sun, sticky pumps, and sauces breeding bacteria. Not exactly gourmet. Some stations are even outside. We've seen this at Big Chicken on Carnival Celebration. Without temperature control, bacteria can grow fast. And yes, that can lead to food poisoning. So before you squirt mustard on your burger and dive in, ask yourself, is that sauce really worth risking your stomach? Staying hydrated on a cruise is essential, especially in the heat. But not all water is created equal. Yes, cruise ships provide free water, but be cautious about where it comes from. Tap water from fountains or unknown dispensers can sometimes taste metallic or off. More importantly, when you're ashore, especially in places like Mexico or the Dominican Republic, don't even think about drinking from the tap. In some ports, the water distribution systems are outdated and may allow bacteria to seep in before it reaches your cup. Just one contaminated sip can lead to stomach cramps, nausea, or worse, a full-blown case of traveler's diarrhea. And let's be honest, no one wants to spend their vacation sprinting to the bathroom instead of the pool deck. Always bring a refillable bottle and stick to sealed bottled water when off the ship. It's a small precaution that could save your entire trip from going down the drain. Scrambled eggs, the classic cruise breakfast staple. But here's the scramble most cruisers don't know about. Those eggs sitting under heat lamps in the buffet, they're often made from powder. Yep, not fresh cracked, powdered. That's why they taste a bit off, kind of rubbery, kind of squishy. And even when real eggs are used, buffet trays dry them out fast. You end up with a scoop of pale yellow mush instead of fluffy morning fuel. But here's the good news. Most ships have a made-to-order egg station. Head over and order an omelet with cheese, spinach, mushrooms, whatever you like. It takes a few extra minutes, but it's fresh, hot, and cooked just for you. Trust me, once you taste the difference, you'll never go back to the buffet pan again. There's something magical about getting soft serve by the pool. It's cold, creamy, and best of all, free. But you know, the real scoop? That machine lever isn't as innocent as it looks. Thousands of fingers, including sticky little hands, grab that handle every single day. And while you really should sanitize before and after, most people just don't. You have no idea where those hands have been, and now they've touched your dessert. Plus, think about how many people sneeze, cough, or even double dip near those stations. If you're not careful, that cone could come with a side of germs. Want to play it safer? Use a napkin to pull the lever. Or honestly, skip the cone and grab a bowl. Less mess, less contact, and way less risk. You still get your ice cream fix, just without the mystery microbes. Warm, fluffy, buttery rolls. They're practically impossible to resist, and cruise ships are happy to keep them coming, basket after basket. But here's the catch. Loading up on rolls before your appetizer even arrives can totally ruin your whole meal. Those soft little clouds fill you up fast, and suddenly, you're just too stuffed for the main course. You paid for steak, seafood, and dessert, and now you're full of bread. Not to mention, heavy carbs can leave you feeling sluggish and bloated. Not really ideal for those formal night photos. Sure, enjoy one, maybe two, but pace yourself. There's a lot more food coming, and it's probably better than what's in that breadbasket. Cruise dining is a marathon, not a sprint. Don't let a dinner roll be your downfall. While most cruisers stick to the buffet or main dining room, there's a whole other level of food on board. And it's hiding in the specialty restaurants. Yes, they cost extra, but they're often worth every single penny. We're talking handcrafted sushi, sizzling hibachi, dry-aged steaks, or even a full-tasting menu with wine pairings. Unlike the buffet, nothing sits under heat lamps. It's fresh, plated, and made to order. The atmosphere is more intimate, the ingredients are higher quality, and you won't find a crowd hovering over the breadbasket. Many cruisers regret not booking at least one specialty dinner, especially when it turns out to be the best meal of the trip. And here's a tip: book it on a night when the main dining menu doesn't excite you. It's a great way to make your cruise feel extra special, without blowing your whole budget. If you're going on a cruise, there's one place you're guaranteed to visit. Not the spa, not the casino. I'm talking about the glorious, overflowing buffet. It's convenient, it's fast, it's where diets go to die. With dignity. But here's the thing. As wonderful as the cruise buffet can be, there are some easy-to-make mistakes that can ruin your experience, or someone else's. So today, we're covering 15 cruise buffet mistakes that every smart cruiser should avoid, plus a few etiquette reminders you wish other passengers knew. Let's dig in before the food gets cold. You just boarded. You're excited, hungry, and so is everyone else. That's why the buffet is packed tighter than a Black Friday sale at Costco. Families with luggage, long lines, no tables. But here's your pro move. Check if the main dining room is open. Many offer a quiet sit-down lunch with better food and no chaos. Or head to the pool grill or pizza station. Some ships even offer discounted specialty dining on day one, a little-known perk. Bottom line? Unless you love a crowd, skip the embarkation buffet madness and explore your quieter options. Yes, it's all you can eat, but that doesn't mean it all has to be on one plate. Mac and cheese, fried chicken, pizza, shrimp cocktail, pork roast, a meatball, and that's just one spoonful. Take smaller portions, try a few bites, then go back for seconds or thirds without wasting food or feeling like you swallowed an anchor. Let's talk cleanliness. That hand sanitizer station? It's not decorative. Buffets mean shared tongs, shared spoons, and, unfortunately, shared germs. Always sanitize or wash your hands before diving in. Don't use your fingers. Don't double dip. And for heaven's sake, don't lick anything and put it back. Oh, and if you drop a roll on the sneeze guard, that's a sign. One of cruising's best-kept secrets? Each side of the buffet might be different. What looks like a mirror image setup might actually hide the stir-fry station of your dreams. Some ships offer sushi on one end and tacos on the other. Asian cuisine over here, roast beef carving station over there. So before you settle for mystery casserole, do a little buffet window shopping.